Hello, and once again, we are live with the Modern Mystery School UK and EU podcast and YouTube channel. And today we are joined by the lovely Davina Ann. Davina Ann, how are you today?
I am wonderful, Davina. Kate, thanks for having me.
Well, we are very happy to have you because we're all about joy. Now, this word gets bandied around, joy, and some people give it an eye roll because they're like, oh, joy, what's that going to do in my life? I think I was one of those people. So hands up. And then other people go, yeah, I really want to feel the joy. And then other people think that joy might be happiness or something that we feel when we're celebrating something, but then it goes away. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you. You're a medical doctor. You're also you work with energy, you are ritual master, you're a guide, all these different types of things. So you're well aware of wellness, and I wanted to ask you the question about joy. And so is joy actually important for our wellness, or can we live without it?
Oh my God. Just the very thought of living without joy, Davina, Kate, it makes my heart, just sink because in truth, it is literally the pivotal thing that gives us life itself. I think literally, what gives, and I know this may sound a little bit way out there, but I'm going to start with just a little image at the moment because we're in spring. We've got the seeds in the soil. And what do you think that maybe is the thing that gives that little seed the push to drive itself, from the darkness of the soil up into the light? It has to be something that's innate in it, something that is a knowing and that is a sense of being. And that is what joy is. And I was thinking about this when we were talking about it, because joy is when we are completely our authentic self, when the outside of us matches the inside of us, and there's no barrier between that. We're just living, in a sense, unconstrained by all the things that normally hold us back in life, like the should haves or the could haves or the would haves. Or, yes, we all require a sense of direction, a sense of purpose. And when we're living in that purpose, the state of being that we're in is that joy. It is a steady force for us that gives us the energy and the drive to make life happen, to make life alive. It's not something that's fleeting. I mean, yes, while we are in that joy, we can have the full range of emotions. Emotions are different. Emotions are, I can be happy one minute, I can be sad the next minute, and they are fleeting. They come and they go. But joy is this state of being. It's almost a force within us that gives us the drive in life, that keeps us seeking the adventures, that keeps us, going through the hard stuff because we know what's at the other end. And it helps us to keep passion alive in our lives, to keep love alive in our lives, and helps us to connect with all the good things in life because it is our fundamental state of being. And maybe I could speak a little bit to my experience of that, with the mystery school and how that, you know, worked for me, Davina, Kate, if you'd be okay with that.
Yes, great, thank you.
Well, um, I I always had this deep sense of how life could be inside myself. And I'll be very honest, there were times in my life when I felt I didn't have permission to live that fully, that I had to live according to convention, that I had to live according to the rules of life, and that I couldn't be fully myself. And it wasn't until, I actually stepped foot into the classes of the Modern Mystery School that suddenly everything was designed to help me dig deep inside and free myself from the chains of the way that the mind was holding me back. I was working as a GP, and I could see people coming into me with all of these, maladies, one kind or another, and I could, at the back of it, find that there was something more, like a sadness, like something missing. And it was that core missing piece that I knew that I needed to find within myself, because everyone around us is a reflection of what's going on inside us. It helps us to give us that message. And I knew that if I could find it from me, then it was possible for everyone else. And, it wasn't until I had gone down many paths. I'd gone down the yoga path, I'd gone down acupuncture, homeopathy, neurolinguistic programming, ways of working with the mind, mindfulness, tapping techniques, various different things. And while each one of those gave me a little step closer to to the core of myself, it wasn't until I started to study metaphysics. It had the magic ingredient that I'd been looking for all along. And that was the spiritual context. Because when we talk about metaphysics, we talk about spirituality and science coming together. And I was always shy about that before I came to the mystery school. I was shy about expressing what my intuition was telling me. I was shy about, the messages I was getting psychically, and expressing those, because I didn't want to feel as if I was outside the box too much. And what the mystery school gave me, what the studies gave me, and we can talk about the path specifically in a moment if you want to go into that. But I found that when I sat in the energy that was created by the teachers and what I now know as the ritual masters in the school, and I was able to sit in that room, I was given permission to be completely the me that needed to be expressed, the I, the being that was connected more to my spiritual flow and just wanted to flow without hindrance. Um, and of course, we have wonderful ways of studying that within the school, Davina Kate, which we both have experienced.
Yes, yes. So this is interesting because just to recap then. So what we're saying here is that the joy comes from knowing thyself
Hmm.
fully. And in your experience, when people are have tapped into this state of joy, which is this state of being, it's not something that comes and goes. Well, hopefully we can maintain it, something that we work
Yes.
on to maintain, that we're still experiencing this range of emotions. We're
Mm-hmm.
still able to get over the, push ourselves in, still have challenges, still have
Mm-hmm.
those things in life,
Mm-hmm.
but we have this sense of being of joy to help us overcome and push through. And in this state of being, in this joy, that the world, the mysteries reveal themselves. Would that be a fair summary?
Thank you, Davina Kate. That is beautiful. Yeah, it's like a fuel for life.
Mm,
It's like
yeah.
a fuel. It's what runs the engines of life, as it were. And we do uh, have times in our lives where, sad things happen, tragedies happen, Um, and it's like that holds us together while we experience fully what it is that we need to go through. And, in the Mystery School, we have many teachings around emotional states of being. When, there's a pure emotion that comes, from our soul. And then there's the emotion that comes driven from the subconscious mind that keeps us stuck in reliving an experience where we really, need to the healing that comes with many of the metaphysical studies and the healing techniques that we use in the Mystery School to help us move beyond the things that keep us stuck in life. And meanwhile, the teachings themselves are working alchemically to help us to transform and to transmute those things that keep us back from that innate knowledge that we are joy, that is actually our natural state of being. And because, sorry, Dominica, you're going to say?
That's fine. Yes, sorry. Yeah, carry on, and I'll.
Because if we look at a child, for example, at its most innocent, it is never far from its joy. Yes, one minute it might cry, the next minute it might be in temper tantrum, and the next minute it might be, in giggles over something. But it's letting those emotions come and go, getting over and getting on to the next adventure, really, in a state of that innocent joy, that purity. And we all have that purity inside us. And we all have that innocence inside us. And we all have that joy inside us. And it's effectively like getting back to who we are before whatever got in the way of that, came into the patterns of our life. And that is what the Mystery School helps us to do.
So it would be fair to say that this is a constant study then. It's not even though it is our natural state of being, it's still something that we have to work on. And what I see out there is people just expecting it to be as to feel this state of joy. Well, they often refer to it as happiness or just want to be happy, but that we know that that's something that comes and goes. But I think what they're referring to really is the state of joy, and what most people like being healthy. It requires work. You've got to go to the gym. You've got to eat well. You've got to drink water. You hang around with good people because you want a positive mindset. You want to be active so that you're not too, that your mind doesn't overrun and take you down, a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down. It's always a constant state of work to keep the physical body healthier and well. So joy, I feel also is something that we have to constantly work on. And so with that in mind, we have the joy class coming up in our Hermetic lineage, and it's actually the first time that it will be taught in the world by a member of the Third Order, and it's going to be happening here in London in March, and it's actually open to all initiates. Anybody that has taken Empower Thyself is welcome to come. So can you talk about maybe just the importance of perhaps attending something like that? I can hear my little baby's coughing in the background. Could you just talk about, because some people might say, oh, well, I've got this down. I know how to do it. Can you just give us a bit of insight of why this is so exciting that a member of the Third Order, a lineage holder, is going to be handing down keys on this state of being, joy, in our Hermetic lineage, in the Hermetic tradition?
Oh my gosh, this is an incredible opportunity, Davina, Kate, and thank you for persuading Sovereign Ipsissimus to come and to open this to the general, to the public. Anyone who studied Empower Thyself, those 2 days that we teach in the Mystery School, where you become an initiate, who is someone who is, working with light to bring light, into this world. And so in order for us to be able to, now when I say joy is a state of being, yes, it's our inner state of being, but we have so many things that we need to pull back in order to find that in ourselves. And there's no one like, a third order member. And especially Sovereign Ipsissimus, now that he has brought this particular teaching, this hermetic teaching to us, to really help us, first of all, to understand the concept of joy, and secondly, to help us to peel everything back so that we can resonate. We can actually find that within ourselves, because he is an explicit example of that, in our world, living life, living it to the fullest, bringing that joy through in everything that he does, and serving everyone else as he does that. And so we are so blessed that we actually have him as a living example for us, but also to be able to share that knowledge and that teaching with everyone that comes to that class. I think I'm not sure if I was first down the list, Davina Kate, but pretty
I
much
think
up there.
just behind me. And that was only because I'm organising it, so I got priority now. So I got my name down first.
Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous.
Well, I know there was a huge rush. We do have
Yes.
still have some seats left, and I think it's just really important to help people understand that, as initiates, the chance to get to study with a lineage holder that's living, you can ask questions, that you can work with, as a teacher, as a mentor, is extremely rare. And if you get this type of opportunity, I would say grab it with both hands, even if the title was How to Go Fishing with, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because
Yeah.
once, they have this well, they've trained in our lineage, and what they do is that they are able to understand what keys are needed within one's life, and they are the key holders. They hold all the keys. That's what they've trained to do, and that's what, each of us are walking this path is, we're collecting these keys, and then some of us are given, that authority to hang keys down, depending whether we're a guide or, a teacher, whatever it is. And so a lineage holder, Sovereign Ipsissimus, holds all of the keys. So they have this ability, because they've trained really hard, to say, oh my goodness, okay, these people sitting in front, they need this key, this key, and then they pom, 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 drop those keys, and a boom.
Yeah.
And of course, then we get all these amazing teachings as well, and obviously those keys to unlock those parts of us. I mean, I just wanted to kind of explain that, because I'm not sure that many adepts, initiates, might know that, or fully understand that this is, an extremely rare opportunity, and one that, grab with both hands, because you will experience quantum shifts, quantum leaps, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. The first time that most of us meet Sovereign Ipsissimus is in Healers Academy. When he comes to talk to us on that whatever day it is, and that is such a profound moment, because the shifts that occur just in that hour or two that he comes to speak are incredible. And yes, so this is an opportunity before you even get the length of Healers Academy to meet Sovereign Ipsissimus Dave. So yeah, I don't know how else to say other than, just if you can, just be there, and enjoy, and just notice that what comes up for you after that, and put it into action in your life, because I'm sure there will be things that Sovereign Ipsissimus will be giving us that day to keep that joy alive in our lives, and to keep us connected to that as the fuel for life going forward. I mean, how incredible is that?
Thank you, Davina Ann. We are past our mark. It flew by, but I just, thought this would be a good conversation for us to have. And thank you for sharing your wisdom. And I will see you at the front of the line at the Joy class.
I'll be there, Davina Kid, and thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. And see you all at programs in London. Bye for
See you
now.
all. Take care for now. Bye bye, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.